Today, we're going to talk about traps for Western men here in the Philippines.
Maybe we should title this, Don't Get Screwed, Age Gap Mistakes in the Philippines.
Deadly scenes of dating Filipinos.
How not to blow it in the Philippines.
Avoid these Filipino dating fails.
Biggest mistakes men make in the Philippines.
The truth about age gap love in the Philippines.
10 ways to get burned in the Philippines.
The age gap dating minefield.
You know, Chrissy, I think we could agree. Before you date a Filipino, watch this video.
Hello everyone, it's Rob and Chrissy again, and welcome back to another episode of Fly Me to the Philippines.
What do we have in this glass?
10 traps that you can avoid here in the Philippines.
But some of these are good any foreign country you go. We're leaving in just less than a day. We're leaving the country. It's a secret where we're going. We'll tell you on the next video. But there's things that you have to watch out for whenever you're brand new in a foreign country. You could be taken advantage of. And in this glass, we have these older guy mistakes that a single man could really fall victim to. And don't make these mistakes. Chrissy, we're going to lay them out one at a time. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Go for it.
Slipped and stripped.
This is a big problem in countries like Colombia, but it can happen here. This is really important. Never allow a waitress to bring you an open beverage. So this is a reason why a lot of men only drink beer in bars. They will not order a cocktail. Yeah, because a well-run establishment will bring you the beer with the top on, and you can either twist it off or they will open it at your table and pour it into your glass, or you drink directly from the bottle. And you never, ever, ever take your eye off your bottle of beer. And so as a rule, it's a real best practice when you're in a strange country and you're at a bar and it's that kind of bar full of bar girls and it's in a bad district maybe that you went to. Try not to drink from an open glass and always watch your beer bottle and just be very rigid about that, because you know, as you can be slipped a Mickey and you'll find yourself you know, in a hotel room and your ATM's been hit 2 or 3 times the night before. So, you know, I've known people that this has happened to in South America, and it can happen here in Asia too. It's becoming a very big problem in Colombia and other countries. And it's only a matter of time till, you know, criminals will do that here. So be very, very careful.
Especially to those who like clubbing and, you know, calling bar girls in.
And while I'm at it, while we're at it, if you're at the club, if you're drinking, you know, another best practice is, especially in Thailand, but here in the Philippines too, you should, a real good idea is clear your bar bill at every time you make a purchase. You know, they'll put your tab in a glass sometimes, but best practice is to always clear your bar bill. If you're buying drinks for bar girls, you know, you're not sure what they're charging you if you don't clear your bill. So a lot of men will, they order a beer, or if they buy a drink for a girl, they'll pay the bill right then and there, make the tip. And then every time they do it, they'll do it again. Otherwise, before you know it, you got quite a buzz, and they're asking for a large sum of money for 6 drinks and 3 you bought for this, and you met a foreigner, you bought him a drink. And that's where you can really be taken advantage of. And one last bar tip, take a grab or a taxi door to door. Once you've had a few drinks, and you're wearing a nice watch, or you've been flashing your iPhone 16 around, take a grab or a taxi door to door. Even though it's 4 blocks away, don't weave your way home at night coming out of a bar.
Yeah, I think do not let any stranger, even if it's a man or a woman, to give you a ride, because they might drive you into a trap. You know, I remember when someone told us that beware in like getting women here in the Philippines, and you're gonna bring them to your hotel or to your Airbnb because they might be underage, and it's like a modus.
And that's, so there's a con or a trap where you're at the beach and you're having a great time and you meet a girl, and she's like 27 years old, 29 years old, and she said, you start chatting her and she says, hey, you're a big, tall Western man. I've got the light bulb out in my room, and I bought a new light bulb, but I can't get it. I'm not tall enough, and I don't have a ladder. Can you come back to my bungalow? And you're thinking, I'd love to come back to your bungalow, really. Maybe I'll get lucky. Well, when you get to the bungalow, her younger sister, 16 years old, is on the bed watching TikTok, and you go, oh, okay, this is interesting. And she says to you, here's the light bulb. You get up on the chair and start changing the light bulb, and she closes the door to the bungalow. And while you're changing the light bulb, knock, 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 the father, a couple of brothers, and a police officer are outside the door. And you're in a room with a 16-year-old sister. And now that's going to cost you a lot of money if it doesn't create real trouble.
Yeah, they will like make an arrangement. We're not gonna sue you, but you have to
Yes.
pay for the damage.
So be careful. And you know, you may not even know who's in the room. She could be in the bathroom. You didn't check the bathroom, you didn't check the closets, and boom, you've got a young underage girl in that room, and you're a foreigner.
Baby on board.
Baby on board. Ooh.
Darling,
Oh,
I'm
man.
pregnant.
What is it about Filipinas? If you look at them, if you just glance at them, they get pregnant. It's the most amazing thing. And, you know, there's lots of traps. You know, there are people putting a pin through a condom, or people, you know, doing things that telling you they're on birth control when they're not, or, you know, just doing some other things. And if you get carried away, or you've been drinking and you're not sure if you're wearing a hat or not, you can't remember, before you know it, it only takes like 3 weeks, boom. The girl's got a pregnancy test and you're the father. And that's a trap that's a lifelong trap.
Yes, it's a lifelong problem. Not a problem, maybe the babies will not be a problem, but it is a lifelong responsibility and
Yeah.
obligation. I think it is very common. This kind of trap is common everywhere.
Everywhere, but I think Filipinos are the most fertile people on the planet.
Yeah, I think here in the Philippines, if you are dating the right real Filipina, of course she will not trap you with a baby, because she will be also be careful, and also she will be thinking about your, you know, your safety, your future, and
okay,
for your
but what about
goodness.
this? The man says, hey, I want a 23-year-old, I want a 25-year-old, I don't want to take care of some other man's child. I want a girl who's never had a baby. But I'm telling her, hey, I don't want children. We're going to use birth control. Is that relationship going to last 5, 10 years, or is she going to change her mind? Is she lying right from the get-go when she says she doesn't want to have children?
You know, maybe the relationship will last longer, but along
The way.
the way, there will be a lot of troubles. Because I know, like, as a woman, we would like to have a child. We're a woman, you know? And
Especially a half Western child.
oh, yeah, of course, especially, you know, even though I said that, okay, I'm okay with not having a child with you, but still, I kept, like, you know,
Every 2
pushing you
weeks.
a little
Every
bit,
2
like, hey,
weeks.
come on, give
Every
me a
2
child.
weeks. Yeah. Well, we're adopting your sister,
Okay, thanks.
your 7-year-old sister. ATM or boyfriend? Wow. You hear about this all the time. You know, people say, hey, you're just a walking ATM. And 4 digits, you can't get the money with that 4. Yeah. And, you know, look, I've said this before, Chrissy, there's an economy. You have something to trade. I have something to trade. A relationship between men and women everywhere in the world involves some trade. The man has something to offer, the woman has something to offer, and if the currency is valuable enough, people will make the trade. Here in the Philippines, a lot of older men, they show up bald, older, dad bodies, lack of personality, whatever, but they've got resources. And some women can be extremely transactional. And these are the women you hear about where the relationships totally blow up, where the guy finds out she's involved with 3, 4, 5 different men in different time zones. And so because of that, you really have to be careful, and you have to not be the ATM. Now, I sent $20 before I met you for your birthday. You bought a little pair of headphones, and you turned me down 9 times, but I insisted. And I think I sent $5 for, I didn't send you money for loan.
No.
But the first day we met, your cell phone was cracked. And, you know, to any Filipinos watching, this is a good idea. When you meet your foreign boyfriend, borrow your friend's
Crack your phone.
borrow your friend's, or get your old phone. Western men will not like you're looking at a cracked phone. So I bought you, not an iPhone, but I bought you maybe $100 Samsung.
You know what, but you know, we've been talking for like 41 days, 45 days.
4 hours
but
a
I
day,
have never mentioned that I have a cracked
Never
phone.
once you mentioned
Yeah, because I've been using it for like 4 years,
Yeah.
and it's no problem. The green card gambit.
Yeah, you know, forget the ATM. People want to go to your country. They want to get a permit to work. In America, it's called a green card. And they just want to get there and then meet a younger man and have babies. And you're a conduit for that journey. Some people have thought about, I've known an expat, and he was really getting to know a woman, and she said, you know, I want to go to Canada. You're an American. I'm not interested. She wanted to go to Canada. Like, she didn't want to meet an American for some reason. I don't know why a Filipino would want to go to a very cold country, but she wanted to meet it. Maybe she had relatives or friends who had gone there before, but she was shopping the country, right? She was only interested in a particular country. And I think you got to watch out for that, because people, you know, if you live here in the Philippines, you might give a girl a stipend of half her previous salary as a teacher. But if you take her to America and she gets a job as a nurse, or she gets a job as a, you know, in a senior home, half of her salary is a lot of money compared to, you know, half of her school teacher salary in the Philippines.
Yeah, you know, I remember when I first went online, and I was like thinking, I thought, that is my expectation, that all of the foreigners that will meet Filipina, they will bring the Filipina to their home country. That's really my thought. And then, you know, there is like an option there if I'm willing to be relocated or not. And I put there willing to be relocated, right? But then when you told me that you want to settle here, you want to settle down here in the Philippines, it did not give me a turn off. You know, like for me, it's like, it's fine. Wherever
You'll go.
I'll go.
But, you know, for me, I was worried, because I thought, wow, that's the big prize, getting a green card in America. And I wanted to arbitrage my pension and make my dollars go 4 times, 5 times further when I rent a house. And I wanted to have a much lower cost of living, and I wanted to enjoy the weather and be here in Asia, and have an exotic retirement where I could do things like golfing often and other things that could be pricey. But I was really worried that when I laid that out for you, that you would say, no, I need a boyfriend to take me to America.
Yeah, because I think I did not really, because I did not aiming for the green card.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I'm
Yeah.
aiming for a settlement, relationship, real relationship,
Yeah.
husband,
A husband.
right?
From chat room to doom. You know, you meet these girls on a chat room, and, you know, before you know it, you can't help yourself. $30, $50, $100 can be a huge amount of money to change her life. And you can see how she lives. You can see that children are running around with, you know, torn clothing. You can see, like, she has a 6-year-old daughter. She's so cute, and she has nothing to eat for breakfast but spinach every morning. And not even eggs. You hear the roosters, but the child, every day, what does the child have for breakfast? Spinach, you know, morning glory. No protein. They're not eating protein. You just want to help. You just want to lead with your money. And this is the first step of a slippery slope. And before you know it, you're paying for her rent and for school uniforms, and you haven't even met the girl yet.
Chat room to doom.
Chat
It
room
could
to
also
doom.
be like, beware of the traps that the women are doing during chatting.
Well, yeah,
Like,
there's a little striptease that could come
Yeah.
on, and then your wallet opens even farther.
and then ka-ching, ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Next, lost in translation. I think there are a lot of fluent in English here in the Philippines, but we have different accent. The way you render your words, the way you render the sentences in the paragraph, it's very different. So when we hear it from a real English speaker, we kind of like don't understand what you are saying. So sometimes you will have this impression that, oh, I thought Filipino can speak English. Oh, I thought Filipinos are fluent in English. Yes, we are. Some are not, but it's just your accent and maybe your aura to them.
So, and, you know, slow down. Here's a tip. You know, use an on-ramp. Don't just start at 100 miles an hour on the interstate. So at dinner, if you want the cordon bleu, say, for my dinner tonight, I would like the cordon bleu, and the waiter will start to hear your Southern Alabama accent or your French accent, and before you say what you want for dinner, they'll start to calibrate your accent, and they'll hear what you're saying, the important thing you're saying.
Like for example, if you are going to order here tortilla, they may not understand you because here we call it tortilla.
Is it my turn to pull one? Okay. The karaoke king.
How did this become a trap?
Well, because sometimes, you know, you want to really show off in front of your girl's family, you want to fit in, and you might grab that karaoke microphone and just take it too far. And here in the Philippines, there's one song in particular, Frank Sinatra's My Way, which popular culture leads us to believe you could be the victim of some bad violence.
Yeah.
But basically, just don't take it too far. Don't grab the microphone and show off in front of your Filipina family. Would you agree?
Yes, I kind of like agree. Although it's just like an old myth here in the Philippines about singing that song. Next is the mama drama.
Oh my God, another mother-in-law in your
Mamma
life.
mia.
Oh man, we've all had a bad mother-in-law. I think everybody's heard of one if they haven't had one.
Now here in the Philippines, it could also be like a trap when you were like showing the family that you are really into the woman, and they could trap you like, if you really love my daughter, you should marry her, or you already have taken my daughter somewhere, and as a mama,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you to marry my daughter right now.
Yeah. Well, here's the trap though. If your mother-in-law doesn't like you, she's going to tell everybody about it, including you. So, like everywhere, you need to win over her mother, and not too aggressively. It's a little bit of a soft touch is required. Don't be over friendly, and just be respectful and polite and let her come around. Would you agree? Would you agree? You're the Filipina here.
Yes, but I'm just lucky I have a good mother. You're lucky you have
Oh
a
yeah,
good...
she was always so nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So also there are a lot of people that are asking us if they should meet the parents after they met the Filipina for like a day or
Well,
second day of meeting.
Yeah, I always recommend 3 to 5 days by yourself. Maybe a sister or a relative comes the very first date. But before you go have a promise ceremony, you meet the whole family and you commit to moving towards marriage and towards engagement. I think you should really make sure that the woman doesn't pull Tompo on day 3, or she doesn't go, nuclear jealous, and you kind of know who you're dealing with. It could take a day or 2 for that mask to come off.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if you are going to land in one of the airports here in the Philippines and your Filipina will say, I'm gonna bring my mama in the airport, it could be like a problem because it's a serious thing to meet the family.
But, it happens quite often. And, just on this point, some people say you're out of your mind. It's a rookie move to let the girl meet you at the airport. I believe if you've had a serious LDR and you've been chatting one woman for 2 to 3 hours a day for 30 days, I don't think it's a problem. I think you're moving forward down a straight line with that one woman, and it's okay. But if you are, you haven't found a unicorn, you haven't found that top candidate, the most recruitable Filipina, then no, don't let her meet you at the airport. Casanova complex. I think 100% of men start out pursuing a Casanova complex approach, which is, I'm going to go to the Philippines for 30 days. I'll fly to Manila, see my first prospect. Then I'm going to go to Cebu City, see my second prospect. I'm off to Davao to see my third, and I'll circle back and I'll see my best prospect. This is a very precarious, slippery slope, Chrissy.
So it's just like trapping yourself. Nobody had trapped you, but you are making the big trap in the Philippines, which is you can make a problem by dating multiple girls in the Philippines.
Filipinas are jealous and a little bit sneaky, and there's the probability that your Filipina is going to figure out who that girl is in Davao and call her up, or these Filipinas are going to find each other before you have a chance to hit your circuit and circle back. Or they're just smart and you tell them, hey, I'm flying to Manila for a week before I come see you in Cebu City. What are you going to say?
I'm not going to deal with it.
You're not part of that plan, right?
Yeah.
And you're probably going to find out who he's going to go see. You're going to be on a mission to figure out who this guy's going to go see in Makati. And you'll be looking on Facebook and you'll be Googling the man and you're going to try and figure out what's up.
For me, my own preference that before I was thinking I'm not really gonna like it if I date a foreigner man that is already here in the Philippines for a very long time, because I know he already been dating a lot of women, or you could be the number 3, or you can ruin a relationship.
The trap is that you're going to not pull it off, Casanova. And I always say, if there's a number 1, if you've found a most recruitable Filipina, go directly to that woman first. It's okay if you let her meet you at the airport. Pursue that number 1. See if it's real. See if it's all you think it is. Don't risk your number 1 prospect by doing a round robin Casanova style. Okay.
Just like what I'm saying, it's a self trap.
Self-trap, yeah.
Yeah.
You can sabotage yourself, yeah. Sunset or scam. This is, Chrissy, where you arrange for the exotic resort vacation at the beach. And you think you've got the time of your life on your hands. But it turns out that she doesn't really love you, but she's willing to go to a 5-star resort and wear a bikini, and she'll make you happy at nighttime. But she's in it for the money. She's only there for the money, and she's going to drain you for every dime you have. She could be married, she could have multiple other LDR boyfriends, but she's going to take you shopping. She's going to take you to the most expensive restaurants. She's going to ask to go to an expensive concert. She's going to want to stay in a more expensive room. And she's going to do everything but be in love with you. But you have found a young, pretty Filipina to take to the resort.
So it's kind of like an emotional trap. They will
I
make
think it's a
you
financial.
fall in love.
Yeah, well, look, it's like a honeymoon. The endorphins are going crazy. You've met this, maybe you've never been with a young Filipina before, and you are having the time of your life. You're snorkeling, you're scuba, you're at a resort. There's, fire dances in the evening. It's hard not to have the time of your life. But when you check out and you pay the bill, you might find out she's been in the gift shop and charged $300-400.
If we're going to talk about traps, that's not enough. There will be a lot of traps in the Philippines that you could encounter if you're not be careful.
Have you fallen victim to a trap, or have you heard of a trap that we haven't mentioned? Go ahead and subscribe. Well, first they should subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then comment below. And Chrissy, we need to pack and head to the airport, and we have to avoid traps in this foreign country.
Yeah, so see you maybe somewhere in the other country.
We'll see you somewhere other than the Philippines for the first time since we started this channel. Chrissy's first time out of the country. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we'll be thinking about you.
So don't get trapped anywhere in the world, especially here in the Philippines.
If you're going to get trapped, I hope you meet someone like Chrissy, and she traps you in a way that will make your life rewarding and fulfilling. And what are you waiting for? Give us a call for a 90-minute consultation and buy your airplane ticket to start your journey forward. Till next time.
Only here from Fly Me to the Philippines. See you on our next trap video.
See you on the next episode of Fly Me to the Philippines from an unknown foreign destination.
Yeah, right.